In this video, we will take you into the mysterious and terrifying world of one of the most infamous and horrific serial killers in history, Jack the Ripper. Throughout this video, we will delve into the gruesome details of his murders, the police efforts to apprehend him, and various theories about his true identity. Join us as we uncover secrets that still cast a shadow over public perception even today. Hello everyone, if you're new to our channel, welcome. To stay informed about our upcoming videos on infamous criminal cases and historical mysteries, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. And now, let's examine one of the most terrifying killers in history, Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper is the pseudonym given to an unidentified serial killer active in the Whitechapel district of London in the late 19th century. This killer terrorized London society with his brutal and inhuman murders. His victims were predominantly prostitutes who were viciously killed by having their throats slit and bodies mutilated in a merciless manner. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Jack the Ripper case was the letters that were sent to the police and media. The most famous of these letters was one titled "From Hell," which contained half of a kidney from one of the victims. The letters contained horrific details that showed the killer took pleasure in his actions. Jack the Ripper's killing method was very distinctive and brutal. He would first strangle his victims and then slit their throats. He would kill them. Afterwards, he would dismember the bodies of his victims in such a way that he would remove some internal organs and take them away from the crime scene. Police efforts to apprehend Jack the Ripper comprised one of the most extensive criminal investigations in history. Despite using the most advanced techniques of the time, the police were unable to identify the true identity of the killer. A number of prominent suspects in the case included high-profile individuals such as aristocratic doctors, but none of them were ever convicted. The media played a very important role in highlighting the horror of Jack the Ripper's murders. Newspapers terrorized the community by publishing gruesome details and letters from the killer, and in a way turned Jack the Ripper into a legend. The true identity of Jack the Ripper remains a mystery. There are different theories about her identity, including that she might have been a doctor, a psychopath, or even a woman. Indeed, one of the famous theories is the connection of Jack the Ripper with the British royal family, which is still highly debated. The story of Jack the Ripper has had a deep influence on our culture, from movies and series to books and games. Jack the Ripper has become one of the most captivating and terrifying characters in history. Many works have been created inspired by this horror story, each presenting a new side of this mysterious case. With the progress in technology and the use of new techniques like DNA, many researchers have tried to decipher the mystery of Jack the Ripper. In recent years, new research has occurred that have confirmed or disproved old theories, but there are still no definite answers. The Jack the Ripper case is one of the few criminal cases that was never closed. More than a century after these crimes, researchers and history enthusiasts are still trying to uncover the mystery of this elusive killer. The setting and timing of the murders were critical in making Jack's stories terrifying. The murders happening during the dark nights of London created more fear and panic among people. Jack the Killer's murders stand out not only for their horrific nature but also as a reflection of the socio-cultural and economic conditions of Whitechapel at the time. The poverty-stricken slums and harsh living conditions made people susceptible to crime and victimization. During the investigation, numerous eyewitness testimonies were given, some of which were quite strange and puzzling. These testimonies sometimes confused the police more than they helped reveal the truth. Graphic medical records of Jack the Killer's victims remain some of the most terrifying pieces of evidence. These records illustrate the brutal violence of the killer and are difficult to look at even for experienced investigators. Over time, many myths and stories about Jack have accumulated. They exist. Some of these stories hold truth, while others are purely imaginative. However, they all contribute to the enduring terror and mystery of this case. Even after more than a century, the attempts to uncover the true identity of Jack the Killer haven't stopped. Every once in a while, researchers and historians are keen on finding new clues using new techniques. Some of the most important attempts to discover the truth have been made by women who have studied as researchers, writers, or history enthusiasts who have examined the case. They discovered new leads. The role of women in these investigations signifies their importance and influence in history. The murders of Jack the Killer had a profound psychological impact on the London society. People lived in constant fear and terror and had lost faith in the police and the judicial system. The case of Jack the Killer is one of the darkest, most mysterious crime stories in history. With the passage of time, this case has turned into a legend that continuously intrigues minds. If you enjoyed this video and want to know about our other videos on criminal cases, be sure to subscribe to our channel and share your opinions with us so you can stay tuned for our next video.